Zio get me by to how dear now see my menu. There was some gonna walk a rare neck with your hand here blue. How dear now see a cartoon. Sazo mega ye blanco kwa di so eh waka kama mapenyo no consider bagam ye botlana ye to dogins kewe to gain the sugu to go and see how mamen go to gain the sugu no man away ye we so this kewe to gain the sugu to go and see how to gain the sugu tomorrow Nyana no I woke up the boy. My way call ya more it one would have took a one to come back to you. My way so yes to go where do. Yakwe monte wanu agara me, no so a castle, no black hair money, never wakamao. I was so to go there. I want to see you to go. My never really good. Those here are good. I will not know the mouth. Go ahead. Amen. How do you see it about good? Some yet. Maluo. Que não bons a César e como meu na se o que me vai tu a dia não será mameno there was some gonna walk a rare neck with your hand here blue how dia não será cartoon Sazo mega ye blanco kwa di so eh waka kama mapenyo no consider bagam ye botlana ye to dogins kewe to gain the sugu to go and see how mamen go to gain the sugu no man away ye we so this kewe to gain the sugu to go and see how to gain the sugu tomorrow Nyana no I woke up the boy. My way call ya more it one would have took a one to come back to you. My way so yes to go where I do. Yakwe monte wanu agara me, no so a castle, no black hair money, never wakamao. I was saying to go there. I want to see why you took the my never really a good. Those here are good. I will not know the mouth. Go ahead. Amen. How do you not see it ever good? Some yet. Maluo. Que não bons a César e como meu na zelagu apaga e te tu me tome magawa corrida te que com que boa tene mande ya mai se we wa pia ya sore tu magasi mau gara mui lagia mui ya ma wa kama ana nere yetu no, I want to be a honey, tomorrow. I have a see you go to it. When you got to go to it. You know, so no guy, no guy is a war. Going up your wagon, no, I want to be a honey, tomorrow. I have a see you go to it. When you got to go to it.
Good evening, folks. Samson told I want to welcome all of you again. Whoa, a lot of stuff I don't have on yet tonight. Wow, what was my rush? The Alfonso made me no rush myself. That's so, man. What kind of business is this? Good evening. Thank you for joining us again. Samson told Pabrino. We're here again this evening to make sure that we have conversation about our country. Thank you for joining us. Please share this video to as many people as possible. Share it tonight to as many brothers and sisters as possible. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to Liberian Public Radio. It's a wonderful thing to have you here. We're on the weather, and so we're drinking jabba tonight. It's a mix of lamb, ginger, cola. All I just mix it. God there. So we're under the weather, but we're glad to be here. We're much better now. Thank God. I want to thank all of you again that tuned into the Liberian Public Radio tonight. We're gonna have some fruitful conversation here tonight. I hope you will enjoy it. We'll do our best here to be here with you. The liberal is in charge tonight. Liberal view. No conservative view going to take root here tonight. We will push back. Strongly. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Liberal Public Radio. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for your mercy. Whatever it is that is in us, you know you have control over. We have not worry. We put ourselves in your hand and we know we will be fine. We will be fine because we are fine. We will be fine because you say you are fine, Samson, and I believe that and I trust that. My hand is on that. I thank you for that promise. My Lord, we ask again for a long life. We ask again for control. We ask again, my Lord, that you will be in charge of everything we do. We put ourselves before you again tonight. Fully. Yes, when we do that, we trust and we believe, we have faith in you that you will carry on. Thank you. Whatever our prayers are, we know you have the ability to answer and you will answer. Your time is the best. We'll wait for you, my Lord. We're not pushing. All we do is ask. Ask and leave it in your hand. Ask and make sure that we ask respectfully, that we ask with sincerity, that we ask for you to help us. And so before again tonight, we come before you, my Lord, that the country, Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the president of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Lord Jesus Christ, for the Liberian people, that yes, you will bless his hand. Whichever door he knocks, my Lord, open the door in the interest of the Liberian people. Yes, we know you can do that. So we're not ashamed. We ask, my Lord, that the President of the Republic of Liberia, life is extended by you. Only you have the power. So we'll put President Baka in your hand again tonight, and we know you will help us. We ask that his life be extended, so he will do the job that you ask him to do. We thank you for that. My Lord, we are here again tonight to say that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, folks, that's how we do it. Thank you for joining. Why am I taking it here? I'm not done here. Why am I taking it here? You were already working. My goodness. But that's why I say in total, when the medicine, you drink the medicine when it's better and me working. When you drink medicine, that's sweet. Not good medicine. But when you drink the medicine, you go, ooh, yaka. Then medicine working. Samson too. Okay, folks, again, yeah, y'all give me a minute. Gideon, my fan stuff on me. Thank you. For the medicine you're drinking, maybe it'll be harder. Yeah, thank you, son. That man, social security baby, last baby. I see some friends then putting picture out. They say they're having their baby. Hey, me, baby. Thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. But anyway, this is the whole Samson told Labra Pabrito. I want to thank all of you that are watching. Let me see who are watching here. Mr. Doe. Okay, let's start from the top. Oh, plenty of people watching me. Oh, Kolo, Gabriel, thank you. Hakshin, thank you. Destiny, thank you. David, thank you. Bangye, thank you. Destiny again, of course. Kumi, thank you. Okay, all of you that are watching, because I don't want to mangle people's name here tonight. I want to thank all of you. Plenty, plenty. One, two, three. I don't want to count. But thank you all. Thank you all. We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you that are watching. All we ask is just share the video for us so that at least other brothers and sisters will be able to continue to watch us as well. Let's go ahead, folks. There are some subject matter that will come out here tonight. I'm just warning you, I'm giving you a warning very quickly. Because there are some people that have been threatening us, bringing us some subject matter here tonight that my show is not quite prepared to discuss. And you know the rules. You know the rules. You know the rules. Usually, before I come on, I prepare myself. I got big mouth. And I want something to back it. I can't just come rubber mama, blah, 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 like that, and nothing to back it. At least I got something to back it. You might not agree with me. You might not agree with me. That's okay. That's okay. But I come and make my big mouth. But I got something to back it up. But if I come and make big mouth to you and you ask me questions and say, yeah, why, yeah, that's not good. But we got some people, they're waiting. They're coming here tonight. They will come and bring some subject matter that we are not quite prepared to talk about. But we will deal with. They know us. They know how we can respond to their tabata. But that's Samson too. Let me remind you again a little bit. Yeah, what? Yeah, but yeah, that medicine. You drink. They say in total, when you drink medicine, you drink your medicine, and you go, wait. Then the medicine not good. You drink medicine, you start looking more that medicine not good. But you drink your medicine, then you go behind the house, you come back, that medicine will work. I'm from Totown. Yeah. Mr. Toe from Totown. That people know how the medicine. You think we got doctor there in Totown? When I was born, in the village of the village, they got medical doctor there. How you think I get older there? You didn't have medicine? That's the medicine of the Totown. What's wrong with you? The medicine in Totown, you get sick. They do that day. And whip. That child abuse, man, move from here. You call it child abuse. They do that day. They wanking the water. They throw you down. People hold your hand on the ground and all your ear, your nose, your eyes, everything. You come from that medicine gold, malaria gone. They call child abuse. I beg you, man. What child abuse? That was today when malaria see me run away. Call them when they see me, they run away. Because the way they kind of medicine they put me to that were plenty, they still working. You said that child abuse. Okay. That child abuse, you come from there when the people finish peppering you. When you come from peppering, you don't even know where you are. You can't see, even though your eye open, but you can't see. Leave who will go. They say, let you go. Then you alone, you sit down there, where? The son beating you. And your mom, one of the things that I've always noticed though, you know, sometimes we put joke on these things. But our mom then up in the country, they had a good medical doctor. The woman watching you. All that you think you're doing in the sun, the woman watching you. At certain time, you will sit down, sleep start catching you. You start going like this. She say, okay, you ready? She bring you inside, get you bath, put that chalk all over you. You're gone. You will not get her again until the next morning. Next morning, you run around with your friend, and that sick day gone. You're not coming back. Hmm? But you do it here in America. You come prepare your son. your son got cold. Sick. Then he say, oh, I'm going to Tona. I'm coming to Tona medicine. You will sleep in jail. That in America, you throw somebody's child down, and all of y'all that holding that baby, all of y'all going to jail. You coming to bring Tona medicine. All of y'all that the people who holding the baby hand, the people who holding the baby foot, and the person who doing the water in the nose and the mouth and the eye, all of y'all going to jail. Child abuse. Our life. Yeah, the life of an African. It's very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I just thought I'd tell you that. But anyway, but no, on a very serious note, those of you that went through that process, if you just, not that you're here in the United States, if you just compare your life, okay, if you just compare your life, you get sick. I'm not saying you're not going to get sick, but it's very rare for you to end up in a hospital. Hmm? You get sick, little treatment from over the medicine, the thing go away. Okay, my God, y'all give me a second. Let me tell my tabata, then I'll bring you on a big order. Just sit tight. Okay. But anyway, since my country is here already, let me just start my tabata, then I will bring her in. So the issue for me tonight, I just thought I'd throw that in there, because I believe our mother then, the father then part forget it. The part then he man forget it. They honor the flower tree playing Lulu. Why your mom come from the farm? She carrying your brother on this side. You walking on the side. The sister on your sister on her bike. She got wood. She come from the farm. When she come, the man on the Lulu, he playing the Lulu. Then he say, okay, then the woman pour all of you down. Make the hot water for your pot. The man who been under the Lulu all day, then he say, go pour your pot. The water ready. Then you go call, ah, come in, man. Man, the people, the way the people do, what? I come in, man. Then the woman can, he said, but the man said, he said, okay. You go tell your mom, say, don't get water to that man again. The woman will beat you. That your pa you say, I'm not get water to. They will beat you for that. Why you thinking say you're trying to help your mom? Your mom tell you, say, don't worry about that. It's business. You tell your mom from inside. But anyway, so the woman can cook everything. When she finish cooking, then they take the food for your part then to eat. Then they put it down. Then y'all go order, y'all go eat. Your pa, the whole day, he do nothing because he thinks say he finish brushing the farm. Job finish. That Liberia, folks. And I bet you I'm not alone that have that kind of experience. Okay, but overall, life is good. My parents were very happy together. For me, if I was like this age now, and where I saw happy over there, I'm gonna say, how much you pay for my mom? And we did it, my brother and myself. We went back to how much you pay for her? They say you able to pay our money. I said, yeah, ready. My mom called me on the side. Who calling me now? Mr. President, I'm on air. Let me call you back. Thank you. Okay. So how much you pay for her? Say my mom call me, say better take your money on that side, they will eat your money for nothing. Total life. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me start my tabata here. Folks, we've been seeing a lot of stuff in Liberia. And we've been seeing a lot of things in Liberia. 6 when you're ready, just let me know. I'll bring you on. So, my tabata here tonight is about the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has ruled that the case for Flanty Kofa need to be suspended. The case is not going forward for now. The court is saying that they're not gonna go forward with the case. I thought I had it up earlier because the justice in chamber believe that hopefully that the entire court will review. And one of the things they pointed out was that the judge denied Flanty Kofa and his team a petition to suspend evidence. The judge did not deny that indeed torture happened. The judge's statement was, let the jury be the one to judge as to whether evidence need to be submitted or not. When was the last time? I'm not a lawyer. I'm an engineer. So I'm not going to claim here that I know the law. I don't know the law. But you tell me, when was the last time the judge, I thought the jury was supposed to be the people, the final judge of the case after all of the evidence have been presented. Do the jury go out and say, no, this evidence does not need to be submitted? I thought that was the job of the judge. I thought that was the job of the judge. But he's saying that the jury will be the one to decide which evidence is admitted. And the Supreme Court have put a stay, and that most likely they will not suspend the case. I don't believe that. Let me bring in 6 here. I don't believe they will suspend. I don't believe they will throw the case out. 6 good evening. Thank you for joining us. I don't believe they will throw the case out. But most likely what I believe will happen will send the case back to the lower court to revisit that petition the defendant filed, that this evidence should not be admitted. In that, according to Flanty Kofa and his lawyer, that indeed the evidence was gathered illegally through torture. And I don't think the Supreme Court will want to review the entire case to say, yes, Flanty Kofa and his people, they have a standing here, because if they do that, they're going to throw the entire case out, which I don't think they would do that. So most likely, the judge will now want to balance the case to have some sort of a negotiation. I'm not a lawyer, I'm just running my mouth, where they will come out to say, okay, yes, we agreed, certain evidence were gathered, because the judge agreed that there was torture, because he accepted the report of the medical report from the medical doctor. And in that report, there was a mention of torture. So judge cannot say, yes, this one here, it come from torture. They want it come from torture. They come me. That Junior Segway then come in join me out and that tapata ready. We must be our own. My man, says call to wait few minutes. Let me enjoy them. My man, I started calling around.
You calling around?
I'm calling around. I said, y'all not watch my show lately? Some of them, yeah.
Is that a reunion?
Yo, ready again. I said, y'all not watch my show lately? Say, yeah. I said, and I see that guy with a white beard with glasses. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They would say, I said that Junior Segway. No. I say, yeah, that Junior Segway. Same calling nephew. I say, yeah. What? That Junior Segway. But anyway, Junior, good evening. Well, why am I calling you Mr. Moses Segway? Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Man,
Thank
Junior, welcome, man. I beg you, man. I can't waste my time. But anyway, let me go ahead. Let me go. Every time you come on, I'm just happy to see you, man. Because,
thank
yeah, we went.
thank
But
you.
can you imagine? And just a little bit here. No, on a very serious note, Junior.
Yeah.
When we were driving along, it's not like you can't get tired. After we finish drinking all that yama from the people bathtub
Yep.
and things like that, then
Yep.
we'll get on the road.
I know. I
Can
told.
you imagine if something had happened? Because right before that time, those 5 children,
Yeah.
including that little girl,
Yeah.
they died coming from a party.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Every time. But the older you get, when you look back, you say, what was I
Why
even
they
thinking
kind of
about?
you see, and that's the thing about it. When we were that young, we took all the risk because
Yeah.
we're invisible. There's nothing. We're gonna get up the next day and do the same thing all over.
Oh, well, but you will
You see?
not catch me doing that kind of thing again.
No,
No
you can't.
way. No way.
And I thought one time we went to New York on a Thursday. We never slept, and then we had a game to play on a Saturday. Thursday
Mm-hmm.
night we didn't sleep. Friday night we didn't sleep, and
Yeah.
we went on the field to play game on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Right about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They play out here, man.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but that's what it is, a good old
yeah,
day. But anyway, thank you. But let me finish my tabata. So
yeah.
I'm saying that the Supreme Court putting a stay on the case now, perhaps will give seriousness to their request. And the judge, most likely, they're not going to suspend the case. They will send it back to the lower court and ask the lower court judge to revisit. Because you can't say, yes, there's a torture here, but that torture, maybe something happened. Yes, you don't have evidence of that either. Either you reject the report in its entirety and say this report is not, it doesn't mean anything to me, I'm not going to accept it. But you can't accept the report and then try to split what you like and what you don't like.
And sent to the Supreme Court.
And now the Supreme Court, and they honor the just honor the Supreme Court justice. He's taking things serious.
Of
They're not
course.
going to disgrace the judge. They're not going to throw the case out.
Nope.
For respect, because they know this judge is a learned person. He's a good lawyer. They know that. They will send it back to him. By doing so, they're telling this administration, take your foot and your hand out of their business. It's in our hand now. You don't meddle into it. Let your justice ministry come up with good a reason. If they have good proof, we're ready to deal with it. No more tacky, something, nothing. So they most likely, and I'm just talking right now. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but most likely they will send it back to the lower court to ask the lower court to revisit that case because you cannot pick and choose when you have a report. Says God, Mr. So, if you're listening, I finished talking about Tawata and you must have me a few minutes ago.
Oh, you have me a
Yeah,
problem?
yeah. So, Mr. So, if you're listening, you want to come now, come. I'm not going to park you in the garage again as I promised I was going to do. I'm not going to park you again. You want to join me? Come and join me now. I finished talking about Tabata. You had a way when I'm talking about juicy Tabata, then you can't join in because they can say him. What's it?
They can say
Yeah, but Moses, why you sliding out of the thing?
no, no,
They
no.
can say him. They can say when I'm talking about Tabata, they say, oh, the papa on you, we better go over that. They can't come. The other day, he can't dress as somebody from Vital coming join my share with a pen on his chest with a Vi hat. He's so educated. As if that education, that's why you're for. So now I inviting him. Says Scott to hear from you. What do you think about my Tabata?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. To. I'm glad to be here. I want to say hi to you and Mr. Nangbe and the people of Liberia and all those that will be listening to the show and coming later to listen to the show.
Says Scott, why you talking like that? That's that Scott we real know that talking like that.
So I,
They're not
so what
even
you want?
fried. They're not even fried money that they will be talking. Yeah. Say, Scotty, welcome to the show. What's on your mind? Talk to
Wait,
us. Don't come tell
wait,
the way.
I have
you
to greet my
just
people. I
saw
have to greet you.
wait till now on the
Yeah.
he now on the
Yeah.
show. Wait till Scott on
We
the show.
can't start the show in a rush. Let's take it little by little.
Look at
So
this. Look at
when
Sis Esther.
when
Look
it
at the
great
knee she gave
when
me.
it get what you say that again? When it
Consider
get
Samson Brown too.
when the gear starts to change, then we start changing the gear. You know when the car you put it in gear, it's not going. But at first you have to start from one. If you have to change, then you
You got to be
accelerate.
careful with car
Yeah.
business. All three of us from Lofa County. You can't bring car business in a conversation, I beg you, before somebody can
What?
pack us in.
So we can go there with car.
They say
Thank
one
you.
my line.
Yeah, thank you. Let's hear from you, Mose. Mr. Samuel, let's hear from you.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Mr. Toe. It's good to be on the show. There's just a couple of things that I have on my mind, but let me just respond to what you just your little tabata. And I think the last time we met, I kind of made reference to the fact that those people were prematurely filing a case to the Supreme Court, and it's not going to be heard at the Supreme Court until the lower court reach a judgment and it can go through the appellate process before it go to the Supreme Court. Especially when you talk about evidence, the present evidence, it's not a Supreme Court matter. Go through your trial, prove your let the prosecutor prove your guilt by every reasonable doubt. You got right to poke a hole in the evidence that the prosecutor is going to present and create a doubt in the minds of the juries. And at that point in time, if you have a hung jury or you have one jury that said, no, I don't think this is right, your case is never, you're not going to be found guilty. So until that process go on, why you guys sending cases to the Supreme Court when they haven't even heard the entire case and came up with and adjudicated the case? And I think I said it the last time, and this guy came in from I think somewhere and started to talk all kind of tabata about I don't know what I was talking about. So I just wanted to say that piece. The other thing is that I think this thing with the police has escalated to the point that people are taking the law into their own hands now. With the death of this young police officer, ran him over and instantly killed him. And I saw it live because there were people there with videos and doing that. People fighting the police, and it's not good for law and order in our country. And I think that there's some things that need to happen to gain some level of respect or some level of relationship with the community and the police. The problem continued to escalate where people don't have respect for the police and all of that. And there was a guy in the video I put on the thing also who said that he was on the property and he said anyone that goes there, he would kill them because they have broken down some properties of his. He said to come back with the bulldozer to demolish the property that he built, I think, on the government land or somebody's land. He would kill them. He literally said that. Those are things that the law enforcement need to not take lightly. They need to take some action so it can deter people from making such blunt statement in public. And he wasn't afraid at all. He talked to the media. He said, I'm telling you guys, anybody that come here, I will kill them. And
Thank
that's the
you.
correct truth. So those are the things that are on my mind.
So thank you, Mose.
Yeah.
We're quite aware of these things, and that's just the beginning. Because again, these are the handiwork of Madame Salif, not paying attention to things when they were happening. When she came and took this country, I believe that Liberians were ready to follow her to move Liberia forward. Except instead of doing that, she decided to put us back to two-way party behavior, you know who I am type deal, and now it all over the place. But here's the thing I'm going to say about the stuff about this: the Supreme Court had the trial after had the trial.
So,
They
so,
didn't,
Mr. Toe, sorry. I didn't even say anything in my mind. I only greeted and you cut me off.
okay, we're coming back to you. We're coming. This is your show, Ole. We're coming to you. You got plenty of time here. Tabata won't our job. We all have that our job. Nobody's stranger to Tabata. But anyhow, the Supreme Court said so the Supreme Court agreed to halt the trial. You know the trial was scheduled day before yesterday. They halt the trial and they're gonna look. My point is, I'm not saying that they're gonna throw the case out. The case is already in Supreme Court hand. And the judge in chamber, Madam Wolokoli, halt the trial. But I suspect, and I'm saying it again, because they know this judge. This judge, then everybody he has a good reputation as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think the Supreme Court would throw the eggs in his face. Most likely, they would tell him to revisit. They would tell him to revisit because his language of dismissing the request for defense, that language is a little bit from my I'm not a lawyer, but from my standpoint, it doesn't hold water. You can't say thank you for your report, but I like the part and I don't like the part.
That's what, Mr. Toad, that's what the burden of proof is on the prosecutor. Let them
Yeah,
present their
but
evidence,
that's not the issue.
and you poke your, because the defense is saying they should suppress the evidence that they had. They shouldn't even bring it to court.
And that's what I'm saying.
And
Supreme Court
you
is not
can't
gonna
do that.
Supreme Court is not gonna go with that either. The
No,
Supreme Court most likely will go send the case back to the
of
to the
course.
lower court and say revisit. But let me bring in Sis Scott.
Yeah.
Sis Scott, let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. To. I I see what you see that we have been following legal process from the onset or from past. We just think that all of what have been happening should continue to happen. And in like that, what
I
have
am
been
here.
happening, what have been
You,
happening in the past
yo,
might not likely. What you calling me off for?
Baby, I tell you, the woman, she's talking.
What what did I do?
Can we? Because you started again. I was parking in the garage because the woman is talking. Let's hear from you, Sis Scott. Go ahead and finish up.
So it's the evidence real. But I heard you the first part. I heard you saying whether it is legal for the jury to decide on whether the evidence is permissible.
no, no, no.
And I know in this case,
Are
I don't
they,
know. I don't.
because that's what the judge said. The judge said the evidence, whether admissible or not, jury will make that determination.
Yeah,
That's what the
let's
judge
see
said.
if it is a jury, because I know I'm not a lawyer and to be frank with you, I don't like legal cases because I don't know I don't like how the lawyer handle cases,
Oh my.
because the way of turning over a case I get serious problem with them. That's why I really,
What you
you
talking
could
about,
pay me
Labira?
millions of dollars, I would not be a lawyer because I'm not able to turn a case. I'm seeing real event happening and I try to turn it over because I want to be a lawyer. No.
Have you hired a
But
lawyer before?
no, I'm not. I never. I had an opportunity. I said I
Sis
don't
Scott, are
want
you
to.
on the witness stand?
Witness there for whom? I
Because they
wasn't
asking you
there.
all the men, they're asking you all the kind of questions. I've read it.
Yeah, you see, they get me like I'm on the stand, like I was
I'll be
Exactly.
back
supposed
in
to
Just,
have
a,
just
been
I'll be
when
back
they
in a minute,
committed the
President
act.
Barker calling me, okay?
that president, that my president will call
So,
you.
so out of the issue with whether the evidence should be concentrated or not permissible, my problem I'm asking: is it true? Is the evidence real? Or is it, are you innocent of the evidence? So if that is the case, my point is, why are you not allowing the evidence to be, permissible in the court? So that's the serious problem I have with that. Because what other people been doing is, like they say, the law. If the person saw you and they didn't bring evidence and they come to admit that you did it, they should bring an evidence, a video clip of. If I'm there and saw you, I'm a evidence. I'm a living evidence to prove that you did it. Doesn't necessarily have to be a video clip to show
Okay.
that you did it when I was there.
Thank,
But
thank.
again, that's the legal
But
issue.
let me.
Okay, the other thing is, let me add to what I was saying, Mr. Two. Don't rush me because
Okay.
Oh
you
my.
know I will. We're ready to
Here we go.
relocate.
Here we go.
We're ready to relocate. And today we saw people talking about the LDA. I think we saw some of the vehicles that were given today that was brought for the LDA. We have been, talking seriously about the drug issue in Liberia and how to resolve some of these issues. And we saw the past administration at the time said that they had some difficulty containing the drug issue, and these are some of the things that they needed. They needed uh, vehicles, and they needed support or paying these DEA officials or officers rather. And I see today they're making some effort, and I want to say thanks to the government or the DEA administration that are making this effort, because this is something that is dearing to some of us, because we don't want our future leader, life to be destroyed or their mental health be disturbed, that we have problem with our country. So I really admire that today. And we also saw information circulating about uh, an institution being built in
We'll come to
so
that. We'll
yeah,
come to all that.
no, I
We'll,
just bringing it. I'm not going in detail. So, and those are things that I think if we have the time, we can discuss
yeah,
them,
we'll discuss.
in
We'll
detail.
discuss all of it. We'll touch them one by one.
All right, thank
But
you, Mr. Cole.
let me clear something. I know you probably did not have the opportunity to view that. This is from Front Page Africa. It says here on Wednesday, criminal kit, criminal criminal court A George Roosevelt Willie denied a defense motion to exclude prosecution evidence, uh, prompting defense lawyer to seek Supreme Court intervention.
There you go.
George George Judge Willie ruled that the admissibility and the credibility of evidence should be determined by the trial jury, not the court. And not only that, it is the honest view of this court that the evidence should be passed on to trial jury, who are the trial of facts and clothed with the legal authority to determine genuineness of the allegation as made by the defendant, Judge stated. Now, the second part, yes, but to say, for me, I'm not a lawyer, but I've not heard this before. Maybe Moses can speak to that. To say the admissibility and the credibility of the evidence should be determined by the jury. And that was not even the request. I think their request was the evidence was gathered illegally, and that he didn't address. The only time he addressed that is when he said question the torture process to say why this thing has happened, some kind of scarf, something somewhere. But mostly let's hear you on this here, then we can move on to some
Yeah,
other issue.
and what the judge simply means is the practice in any judicial system, Mr. Tor. The process when he says it should be determined by the jury. You have that's what it said. You're going to be tried by a jury of your peers. That means the prosecutor come in and present all the evidence. What the prosecutor cannot do is hide the evidence from the defendant, the defense the defense attorney, because the defense attorney needs to be given the evidence, and they need to see way how they can poke holes in the evidence and give alibi that those things did not happen. And the issue of the torture piece, they need to go through the court system. That's a total different piece by itself. Now, if you got your evidence by torturing the people and succumbing them to give the information under duress, the defense attorney now need to present a counter to during the trial of how those evidence were. You can't prematurely go and file to suppress evidence because you're not satisfied with how they got the evidence. The burden of proof is on the prosecutor to find you guilty. And that's what they're going to be presenting in the court during the trial. So then the judge will direct them. There's certain things that you might say that the judge must say, ignore that, or strike that from the evidence, and those are the court proceedings. So they need to allow the proceeding to take place before they go filing cases.
So are you saying, Moses, before I go to Mr. Sawyer, are you saying even if the evidence was gathered illegally, that the judge for the defense should allow the evidence to be presented without
the
making
evidence will be
exception?
presented in court, and the judge can make the decision whether those can be, and then that's what they always say. We need to have about. They will call it and turn it in.
Yeah,
And when
do
you provide, you
is
see,
are they
that's what
not?
you see that.
Is the defense lawyer, are they not allowed to object to the?
They cannot. That's what I was getting ready to say. If you introducing an evidence as a prosecutor, and the defense can say, "I object," they can even go into recess for the judge to say, for them to go before the judge and say, "There's evidence X, Y, and Z." Let the trial start, and then if you object, it's either sustained or whatever. So now you got the right to object. So if you have, that's why the prosecutor needs to share the evidence with you as a defense attorney. You go do your homework. During the trial, you can object to it, and the judge will say strike or sustain. And that's what happened. But they got to go through the process, the judicial process.
Thank you. Rescue 2, Rescue 1 is calling Rescue 2, Rescue 1 is calling Rescue 2, Rescue 2, Rescue 2, 10-4. No, the people say I'm answering because he said 10-4. That means, yeah, I hear you.
You.
Mr. So, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind?
Is that I know Esther or whatever info you got? You're how Moses talking?
Mr. So, nobody talk about Mr. So.
No,
This show tonight is geared to discuss.
But how are you talking about something in
nobody say anything. Nobody say anything about Foya that city of in Lofa County. Let's hear what's on your mind. Let's hear what you're on mind.
Yeah, I know you would never want to discuss that, and that's what you do. You always. So I don't know why most of you or security analysts too. They are these information when it come. I don't know why you allow the labor to persuade you to
Pastor
go to
Reverend Gerald Cummings, good evening. Thank you for joining us as well.
There are some information that we are getting, but we hope to verify it, and it's coming from credible source. And if I believe some major news network going to be breaking it up, we are hearing that former Justice Minister Councilor Musa Dean is being ordered for arrest. There are a lot of information regarding that. We're still working on that source to make sure to see why it is, but we seems to be getting a light. You remember some sort of diamond went missing certain time, and they never. You remember I believe a couple of years ago.
Years ago, yeah.
And that was a good box. A source close to him, but we are still working to verify the authenticity of that story. That is clear indications. It's going to be very, very much interesting to see what is happening. One who was ordering people to go to a correction facility might end up going to a correction facility as well. But that's what the law is. The law is the law. The rule is the rule, whatever it is here. But we're waiting to see how that happens. Yeah, so I think when we get this information, we don't just throw it out like that. Sometimes we talk to one or two people. And say, yeah, this is what happening, but it's early dawns in the country. At the time, the president going to be arriving, and then you're having maybe former justice minister to report, or other the rest of the former justice ministers, Attorney General, the chief security personnel here. So quickly here, let me just bring in Moses. Moses, if that is true, what it means?
What it means.
In the security world,
the Justice Department need to come up with the evidence and present it to either a grand jury to see if there's any indictment that's going to go on. First and foremost, they have to create the probable cause for such, and it's not something that they can get, out of space like that. Say, oh, the man did it, and that's it. They need to make sure that they have, enough and evidence to convince the grand jury or the judge to even issue for them to have an indictment. And then once the indictment is held, and then they give him, whatever rights, his Miranda rights and stuff like that. And he got the right to a defense attorney. If he can have one, or appoint one for him. And then they go to pre-trial, where evidence will be introduced and presented to the defense attorney. Then they go back to prepare for the actual trial. But this is very important. And if the Attorney General now, the Chief Solicitor Officer, who is the real prosecutor in the AG's office, in the Attorney General's office, has a case, he has to present it to the judge, and the judge will do that. So they have to do some real inside work, and it's been 2 years. So if this thing been pending for all these years and they've been collecting evidence,
Thank you.
I hope that they have something and it doesn't slap them in their faces.
Thank you. Folks, I allow the CEO to ask his question and bring Moses in because I'm under the weather. I'm drinking my jubo here, so I don't have time to make any lot of confusion here tonight. So, folks, from time to time, he will take control of this show and try to push me aside, which I don't mind because I'm not. Walter Cutter, if you say anything,
I am already in control. You don't need to.
Oh, you're not in control yet. You're not in control yet. You're not in control yet. Like,
hold on.
I don't, Mr. So.
I will not allow you sneezing, coughing, and
Mr.
coming
So,
on this
Mr.
program.
So,
Hold on. Can you send the link to Moses?
No, I'm not sending no link to him. For what? Why
okay,
sending link
I'm
to
going to send it.
I'm
sending the link.
You can't come on my show. You can't come on my. I'm not.
It's not your show. You do not have show here.
It's not like I'm able to talk. Again,
Mr. Tony, the CEO won't give you the day off.
No, you ain't giving me no day off. No, I'm big here. I will dream on Jovo.
You can't say a virus to us here, man.
So anyway, look at my estate. The man able to cancel me. I'm the board chair. Nobody able to cancel me.
Okay, Keto, check your email for the link.
Walter Keto, you come here. I'm running the show. And if you are not able to recognize that, we will pack you in the garage. So anyway, Mr. So, the question you ask is quite in place, but this is what I'm going to say.
Which question?
About how many questions you ask here?
I don't know. You got to tell me.
Mr. So, I'm running the show. Let me talk. So, as far as I'm concerned, Unity Party-led government. If you want to show that indeed nobody is above the law, which is supposed to be nobody is above the law, you have to do it right. You cannot pick and choose. You going over Mossadegh, you going after Mossadegh. People can see through that. People can truly see through that. What's his name?
Why is talking?
Mr. So, let me finish. What's his name? Councillor Sifa has been on the airway accusing Mossadegh and other people about illegally taking diamond from his client. If the court, where the diamond case is, if they want Councillor Dean, first of all, he must be invited. What crime has he committed for which you're going to try to seek his arrest right now?
What do you know? You're jumping into
Mr. So, let me finish. Let me finish my statement. Okay, I'm allowed. I will speculate. Very good at that. Just let me finish my statement.
Did they order his arrest yet?
Well, that's what they said. That's what they said. Whatever he is, they want to arrest
Who
him.
they?
The court.
The court came.
That's the point I'm making.
The court cannot just do that.
That's what
Yeah,
I read on
George Blamo. And their own CDC guy too now. So what
I read in the
Oh,
newspaper
okay.
today. That's why he's
where that
planning.
comes from. Okay.
That's the message he has sent out. Not only him, two other ministers, former ministers. Now, if you're going to do those kinds of stuff, you cannot use the court power to weaponize the justice system. Illegal. You cannot use the court power for vindictive behavior. If you want, these people are not above the law. But you have to do it so that the ordinary Liberian will understand why you're doing what you're doing. So for me, this is not a cost matter that I would take seriously. First of all, even if you arrest those people, they will post bond, and when they post bond, they become very much Liberian people sympathize with them, and you got no case going nowhere. You do it right.
Can I come in,
You
Mr.
do it right. You do it right, and yeah, if you can put yourself back on, you do it right.
It's so ridiculous.
If you do it right, people know that yes, okay, we know these people are serious. But you're gonna go after somebody or perhaps because of his CDC background and what have you.
Why should you insinuate things like that?
Those are unacceptable.
How can you say things like that on public network, Samson told?
I'm entitled to my view.
No, but your views, sometimes your views become extremes, and
they're still mine. They are still my view. They are still my view. What
no,
view?
You can't say it because of CDC business. No.
Well, I'm telling you,
that.
I'm saying.
Are you saying it's a witch hunt?
Definitely. I'll even use that word, witch hunt. Thank you, Mr. Well, so, if the court wants to go after these people, okay. As a court, even invited them to the court before.
No, you don't know. You don't know.
All right.
Let's say something here, CEO. The first thing is that the court has no jurisdiction to unilaterally go and say we're going to try somebody. The case has to be brought by the Department of Justice.
Exactly.
And there has to be evidence to prove that. The court is only hearing the proceedings and to do their adjudication. So they cannot decide to accept a case or not accept a case based on just you say, I say. You have to give them, that's why I said earlier, you have to give enough probable cause for an arraignment. That means you have to go to the court and convince them that the crime actually was committed.
Exactly.
And until that is done, it's not.
These are lawyers. You don't just rush to them like that.
You don't just do stuff like that.
So, you want me to sit there and be quiet?
That make this case very important.
Unity Party? No. Unity Party is making some serious error.
Mr. Toe, if the thing that make this case more interesting is that if these activities went on while he was
just the
minister, then that gave it another level.
Exactly.
It put it on another level.
Yes.
So
we're talking about abuse of power here.
All of those things would be centered in there. So, and it can give, and he can be in a lot of trouble. But the burden is on the judicial system, the justice ministry. And when you talk about weaponizing the justice, we got to be careful how we use that word, because these guys are independent. They need to be able to prosecute, and just like the court will accept their evidence and indict someone, the court can tell them, say, "Yo, get out of here. We're not even going to get this thing."
Thank you, Moses. Let me work on rescue. Rescue 2. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm honoring the weather.
Premature.
So
I'm honoring the weather. Rescue 2, and therefore I'm drinking some jibo.
Was clear on that and said we stay gathering facts and information.
There's Samson told man here. This old man.
No. That makes with a lot of stuff.
Gentlemen, we are having a program, please. Samson told we can't accept this.
What can you not accept?
What are you instrumental with something? It's none of our business. That's not what we're here for. That's not
Mr.
what
So,
we're
will
here
you
for.
please speak for yourself?
Small
My
business.
rescue to ask a question.
You're
Rescue
distracting
to ask
people.
a question, and I want to be truthful. Rescue to ask a question, and I explain. What is it on your
You're
mind?
supposed to be telling us the diaspora conference you went to, what happened there. You're supposed to be telling us. You're supposed to be telling us what happened in Foya. You're supposed to be telling us what happened in Foya. You're not saying
will
it.
go to that fake. That me will go. Do I know that somebody that follow fake thing?
Oh, so
yeah.
it's fake?
Oh, yeah, it is fake.
Oh,
it's fake. They're not representing me.
Oh,
and if you don't represent, look at the program they have last night. From the beginning, the guy kept putting restriction on people asking their president question. If you come here and ask the question, and we're not satisfied, we'll cut your mic. What? What do you think this is? Soviet Union? Are you kidding me? And the president gonna sit there and not say nothing to say these people are my people? They're gonna ask the question. But he didn't say nothing. That's my point. He should have come out and said, these people are my people. When they speak to me, and
he walk out, right?
Who walk out?
He left them on. They were asking questions. He said, "You're on your own." He left.
Mr. So.
No, but
wow.
Get to work up, and these are things. So, and that's why when we come here, it's important that we jump on these issues. They are very vital, very, very, very much important. People take up their time, and people are listening. Unknown
Mr. So,
people.
don't lecture us here tonight. That's not why
I'm
came to my show.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. I'm talking
speak
to
yourself. Don't come and lecture people on my show. What's on your mind?
You don't have a show.
Oh, I don't?
No.
I don't? Good night.
Okay. You come and go for good and good now. All right?
So, let me say this. Mr. So, on a very serious note. When we come here to have these kind of conversations, I'm entitled to my view. I'm not here for no kumbaya. I supported the president. I didn't hide myself behind anything. I was here day in, day out dancing. And if I see something that is not right, when I knew that these people were not, when they were not, Unity Party were not serious, they are corrupt people, when they refuse to allow John Mulu to be part of this program. When they refuse to allow John Mulu to be part of this Unity Party program, I knew then that these people were not serious. I knew then that the corrupt behavior they were bringing, they were not going to stop. And I'm going to deal with that.
So, this sort of contradiction and...
you can describe it any way you want. I'm entitled to it.
Yeah.
You can describe it any way you want. I'm entitled to it.
I don't know how can you go back to people that...
So I'm not even talking. Let me bring in Terry, and I got Walter Carter, who I didn't invite, and I will give him a specific time. After that, and when he passed that time, then he and I are gonna have a fallout. Rescue 2, thank you for joining us. What's on your mind tonight? Rescue 2, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Previously, what you were discussing. Oh, I'm not muted.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. Now, okay, go ahead.
I'm not muted.
Okay, go ahead.
You hearing me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Clear. Rescue 2, go ahead.
Okay, so the era where you spoke of in regards to the judge, turning the admissibility to the juror. Mm-hmm. I've been reading on that, and I found out that Judge Willie is in error if that is what he did.
That one thing I love about you rescued 2 number 1. Ooh. Yeah, you see when you tell that, but we're not divine code that is same song I've been singing. So go ahead.
Yeah, so if he did that,
but be prepared.
He's in error because the juror are not clothed. The juror are not clothed with the authority to determine the admissibility of evidence because it has to do with technicality, and that can only be done by a trained judge in what they call in court proceeding. But because the juror are responsible to do facts finding, they are not trained people to law. Juror can just have maybe 1 degree in different area. They are not ready lawyers. So they don't have the technicality to determine evidence. That particular rule is only supposed to be under the authority of the judge. So if that is what he did, probably that is why the Supreme Court put, a halt to that case, because the Supreme Court knows exactly that he's in error. But the way a Tabata Pape is performing, I don't know whether if that will survive because this too is Liberia. But the aspect I want to disagree with is the error.
Who the Tabata Pape?
The judge. The justice.
I thought you were getting ready to throw me all on the bus.
No. But the era I disagree with you, liberal, is the era of the arrest of the former Chief Justice. I was hearing you saying that the man has to be arrested. You and Mr. Sigby.
No. I didn't say that. No, what I said, Terry, hold on. What I said,
in my view.
No, let me clarify something. What I said, nobody is
above. To walk back now.
Mr. So, will you please let the liberal and the board chairman speak for once? You get breakable, then you're telling you to mute me and all that kind of, which you don't have the power to do it. They're just fooling themselves here, believing that you have the power to mute me. You cannot mute me. And why will you mute me?
The board chair.
We can hear you.
And you say get power?
Sese Goya, please get ready to establish the investigation of the CEO.
Oh, in that call, Sese Goya?
No, Terry, what I said was nobody is above the law. And the former justice minister and his people are not above the law either. But what I thought have happened here, to now send in an arrest warrant for the former justice minister, whom I believe, and from my perspective, I could be wrong, I've not read anything of him being invited to the court. I've not read anything of him being indicted. I have not read anything of him escaping. I have not read anything of him not turning up when he was invited. And now out of a sudden, he's just going to put on warrant for his arrest. I thought I was grandstanding. I thought I was switch hunting. That's the point that I was making. Go ahead, and then I'll come to Walter Carter. Go ahead and make your point, my brother.
Liberal, this case has been in court ever since. This is not the Liberian government doing it. This is the person who presiding over this case is Cerilia Cephas, the former Attorney General under the C. Musa Dean. This is
they never got it along real well. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It have nothing to do with Unity Party government. This is a case that have been in court from George Weah time. And Cerilia Cephas accused, he was the lawyer of the victim. They accused Musa Dean of selling the diamond that should have been sold for over $8 million. He took the people down.
Okay, Rescue 2, I withdraw my argument. I eat crow. Let's move on.
Yeah, so the case,
because you know the case more than me. Okay.
And what Musa Dean sold the people diamond for $1.5 million. And he refused to give account. And Cerilia Cephas, even on a Joria time, appeared. And this is the vendetta between Cerilia Cephas and Musa Dean. Cerilia Cephas is accusing Musa Dean of him being the one to report him to international community that caused him to be unsanctioned today. That is the vendetta between Musa Dean and Cerilia Cephas.
Okay.
So this thing had nothing to do with Unity Party government.
Thank you. Walter Carter, what's on your plate? Let's hear from you.
Thank you, the laborer. I'd like to say hi to CEO, brother Moses Sabi, and Oman Terry. So a couple of things on my mind, but speaking of the Serena Seaford and Frank Musa Dean case, the arrest warrant up for Musa Dean is not about Musa Dean selling diamond. It's surrounding the diamond, but it's about contempt of court. Musa Dean was ordered to appear in court for the case concerning the diamond.
Oh.
And he didn't appear. So that's why the judge asked for his arrest. There's no indictment on Musa Dean. That diamond, I heard somebody saying was an old man on one of the network that said there was an old man that found it. That was not an old man, that was a young guy who found that diamond. From the day they found that diamond up to at the time they went to court who had a diamond change hand and all that thing. They even went to President Weah house to ask him to probe into it because there was a demonstration right before his house. He ordered him to go to the Justice Ministry, and I think the Lands and Mine Ministry were involved, and all the kind of different dealing were in it. So the case is in court, and like Terry said, the reason why Serena Sifa is running out and giving information that is so kind of bad almost I did not forget Frank Cephas and and Arthur Johnson was on the IRS committee. They were heading the IRS, and so they said Frank Musadi undermined them from going about the what do you call it, to bring back some of the stolen wealth from our nation as far as
The
money concerned.
assets recovery.
Asset recovery, right? All right. And so all the time they went out, they spoke about how Musa Dean put his foot on top of everything that they wanted to do. They were frustrated because he was doing a whole lot. And he did some things, and also concerning the sanction and all that kind of whole crap. So he's got that bitterness. And so he going the case in court, Musa Dean just didn't appear when he was supposed to appear. So I mean, obviously, when you appear in court, the judge will ask for it. But I think the judge was so high now that because being a former a minister of justice, at least get him to come, because a lot of people were supposed to be in the court and they didn't show up. Today there was no indictment for arrest warrant up for them to put it in the newspaper, all that kind of thing to make, I don't know, but it is what it is.
Moses, let me come to you. What Walter Carter is saying, that there has been uh, request for former Minister of Justice to appear before this judge, and he has refused, and because of that, they have this warrant set up for his arrest. And with that understanding, I will now withdraw my request and my plea. But I still say Unity Party people are not serious. But let me, Mr. So, as a human being, you should be ready to admit if something is not the way you see it.
So as a human being, listen now. So as a human being,
now you don't want to come and treat me now. I'm older than you. You come now. I'm older than you. You can't treat me. Moses, let's hear from you. Mr. So I'm older than you. You can't treat me.
Okay.
Moses, now that we get some background basically now, let's hear from you.
Okay, now here was the situation is. Based on the explanation or the narrative that Walter Coker gave. I think this case started as a civil matter. If what's his name? If this person who took the down was representing the lawyer, what's his name? Musa Dean, or what's the other guy name?
Serena Sifa.
Serena Sifa. If you were representing a client, that means that they must have gone through a civil case. Now, when you divide the civil case, they either put a body of attachment, which is the rest, or a capias. And those two things are issued by the judge because of failure to appear. They're not gonna judge the case by default and say that yes, you owe the people the dama, you bring the dama, because this is a real serious matter. So they need you to be arrested so that you can appear before court. But if it's something that happened and was criminally done, then obviously you need to go before then the Solicitor General and the prosecution needs to go before the court for a grand jury indictment. So I think from what I hear, this was a civil matter, and it involved somebody who had their jury and they took it and they did, had a diamond and they took it and they did that. So if it used to do as a civil matter and the judge ordered him to come to court, he didn't come to court. The judge had the right to issue a body of attachment.
Thank you, Moses. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Pabrito. We will do a little commercial here, and we'll be right back. After this is our own sister business she's in. Again, folks, those of you that can see this, she gave us information the last time. This can be found on Facebook and Instagram. She has that's Madam Clark. Frederick Clark has a business, traveling business. And if you want to go to Liberia, if you want to go to Acapulco, if you want to go to Mexico, if you want to go to Hawaii, if you want to go to China, if you want to go any part of the world, please contact her, and she will be able to assist you in obtaining your tickets and give you more information. Contact her if you want more information. She most likely will explain. We're in the process of putting some information together about this, and then once that information happens, we'll continue to play that. But that's the business of our own sister, Madam Clark, Esther Frederick Clark, Esther Clark Frederick. I'm sorry, Esther Clark Frederick. Frederick is here as our one of our strong supporter here as well, and then she has a business. Let us try to patronize that. Samson to Libra. Let me come to you, CEO. Let me come to you. Then I'll go to the rescue too. CEO, the president was, and I, you know where I stay on this here, but the president was here to engage the Liberian diaspora. And I know you are a rare person. You on top a lot of stuff. What do you make of it? I'm not too sure if this process is over now, but what do you make of it from start to finish for what you know? Do you think was the conversation was in the interest of the Liberian people? Was it in the interest of the Liberian diaspora? Or this is something that the Liberian diaspora perhaps feel that this process is not quite genuine, the way I feel?
So first thing first, I think I did you a very good favor tonight. You and your patron Moses on the news when I throw the news, and I was asking Mr. Keto to come in. You vehemently disagree with it. And the tradition of this network here is all analyst voices must be heard, whether you like it or not. And you were blowing the trumpet, calling on so-called rescue 1, rescue 3 on the other side, beating the drums
I
of.
ask you one question. You're going all the way to Africa, Guinea, Sierra Leone, everywhere, Mr. So.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a simple
No,
question.
I'm doing it because, no, listen, be quiet, be patient. I was talking here, you shut me off. Moses didn't say anything, Terry didn't say anything, and you all were celebrating. So now I'm glad because, and that's what I was trying to call your attention to provide the explanation. But
all right,
I thought only the young people are hard-headed, but the old people we have in
but
into
who
this
the old
world.
people? Who the old people here?
I'm making my comment, please. The old people that will get mad, they are the bone of contention. But to Kevin, not Kevin, Keto, thank you for that. Well, with respect to the conference, I think it would be unfair for me to come here in as much. I have reservations, other concerns. I'm just very minute. I don't know what percent would that be with the layout as to how the process, the faces that were there. And we had a concern before, and we brought the committee chairperson here. So I will wait and see. I know one of the things that he committed himself to here at the end of the day, What there will be a report, right? You guys remember yet that it's going to be accessible and all of that. The conference just wrapped up. I think the president left today or is on his way. But I'm not sure how many, what are those voices represent the real broader spectrums of the diasporan community, deciding uh, those are the same people, if not all, good chunk of people who was blowing the trumpet from the campaign days. They were still facilitating this. So the question then becomes people who disagree with them, were they heard? Because since it's a diaspora and they all here, were they heard? Or their microphone were muted? Or they had it, whether they had the opportunity. But we'll wait and see, and it will speak for itself. But I did hear the chair of the group, Erasmus, say, "Oh, next year we'll do better." So I mean, that's the typical saying of Liberian when they screw up there and say, "Oh, that's the first time we'll do better." When you should have done, you should have avoided to do because the first impression is a very brilliant idea from the president, but we saw the same old people that just came and everything was yes said and they were shutting people off and everything people will agree. If you disagree with them, that's it. But we want to wait and see what going to be the outcome and not just only the outcome, the implementation. We want to see whether there will be a resolution coming from that because ultimately that should be the goal.
Thank
But
you.
I'm not sure why other that was made, but I'm going to hold my breath and say and see what the outcome of that conference is.
Thank you. Terry, same question to you. I know you're a lineman, of course, just like Mr. So, but you follow a lot, and when you're ready to look into something, you go deeper than just normal Liberian. What have you find out, and what do you make of this whole visit in the Liberian diaspora? Let's hear from you, sir.
Well, we did talk about that a little bit yesterday and maybe lengthily, but before we go there, I
Yesterday,
wanted to.
that man show you coming to come reference on my show, Mister C. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
Rescue Two.
So, yeah, but I wanted to say some Qatar. What I'm reading here, Musa Dean was not arrested on the basis of contempt of court. I don't know why y'all are listening to Spoon TV too much until you don't make research for yourself. Musa Dean and others have been they're forwarded to the court. They must produce the diamond. That's what they're arresting them for. The arrest that is up for them is to produce the diamond. Yeah. So, but anyway, let me proceed on the other issue. Deborah,
So,
there are
wait.
so many reasons.
1 second. Let me ask you a quick question, please. If they,
Oh,
if
me
they,
or Keta?
you, did the court explain why they're asking them to produce the diamond?
Yes.
What
The
did
thing
it?
is on. It's go and read the news on Spoon TV. I mean Spoon page. It's on. The whole information is there.
Okay,
Even
do that.
the
I'll do
court
that.
stuff,
If you
everything
tell
there.
me
But because we don't
that,
have
that
time
means
to
already
read
been,
all those things,
that means they already been
huh?
tried and found guilty in the civil
They
case.
went to court. This case have been in court, and the Supreme Court. If you read the thing is there, the Supreme Court mandated that these people be arrested and put behind
Oh,
bars until
okay.
the diamond can be produced. But anyway, and all the kind of thing, I don't know what you talk about.
Oh, okay.
If you say contempt of court, that means the man failed to go to court. That meant that Musa Dean will miss court time and will be arrested for contempt of court. Man, that Musa Dean, who is a trained expertise or trained lawyer, but liberal, the whole what is the name? This thing here in the diaspora is a fun thing. It's a good initiative by the president. But my disappointment is that the pundits that the president even used to initiate the process. I'm not talking about Dr. Don, but the middlemen, they were people who I don't know if they have that much connection in the diaspora community. You know, these were people that came in, and the amount of people, like I saw the guy who building the guy who building the library, the one that is going to be the largest library ever built in Liberia. What his name? I've forgotten his name. He used to be on Spoon Talk.
Leo.
He was also at that conference. Yeah, Leo. Leo were at the conference. Yeah, Leo. You know, a decent guy. I love his approach towards things. Some fun people were there, but those people who were at the conference, are they the ones that the president is depending on to change the trajectory of the state? Do they have the technicalities? Do they have the human resource capital to effect the change? Because if we're talking about transforming Liberia, I believe in what Madam Shirley said, that we are the one Liberia is waiting for. So if we are the one Liberia is waiting for, that means you have to go for the best brains to help you transform the country. And the best brains of the Liberian society is in the diaspora. Did the president sample these people? Did he gather them? Did he have a conversation with them? Was it properly done? In my view, I share it, not anybody else, my own opinion, he did not do that. Let me just segue here. A very vast experienced man, been in the diaspora for many years, wide range of experience. Did they reach out to him? Do he know about the process? Dr. Mali said he called and called. They put him on hold for 30 minutes. He couldn't go through. Prince Sherry said he went in. He couldn't, he was denied. But Prince Sherry Umpa was happy for it. But did they reach out? You know, did they really?
You were happy to deny entrance.
Yeah, I was happy to be. But did they really reach out enough, liberal? In my opinion, they did not. So will they get a result they expect? I doubt it. Thank you.
Thank you. Moses, let me come to you. A few weeks ago, I was on here predicting the same thing that happened to Cummings was going to happen to Dr. Don. These are fine gentlemen. These are fine sons of Liberia. And many of them has been away from Liberian politics for so long that when they find the opportunity to jump in, they jump in with their whole heart, believing and trusting people. And I think that's exactly most likely we're going to see coming out of Dr. Don. Now that this thing is finished, you will start hearing all kinds of jabba jabba, all kinds of stuff. But Moses, let me hear from you. You are not a stranger to these people. You know many of the inside players. You know many of the inside players. You know how these things, the functionalities and the connection and what have you. You know those things. Let's hear from you on this here.
Well, let me just say this, not to be long-winded. The first thing is that when I visited Liberia 2 or 3 years ago, I heard about engaging the diaspora. And I think you guys can recall that they had the program Diasporans Return to Liberia. I think it was last year or something that they did that. That people from here were going to Liberia, and they went to Liberia. I think it was earlier during the administration. They went to Liberia, and I'm still waiting for the outcome of that. And they said they were trying to get investors to go to Liberia. And this came up. Like the CEO, I'm waiting to see whether they're going to compile a report and whether they achieve. Because one of the questions I asked, why the diaspora conference? When you're having such conference, you must have a goal set that you want to accomplish from that conference. Now, did they accomplish the goal? I spoke to a couple of people who were there, and I got some calls that asked me if I was for them. I wasn't aware, and I didn't plan on going to it. I had planned on going. I wanted to go specifically to participate and see what this is all about, but also for fact finding. But then, unfortunately, I had to be in the hospital for some procedure, so I didn't go. So for me, I want to see how this come out. And I always said that sometimes the message is good, but the messenger carrying the message can derail the message. And having, interacted with quite a bit of people, knowing some of the key players here, Mr. Dunn is a stranger to the diaspora until until he was asked to be the orator for last July. Very minimum, I think his affiliation with Liberians communities in the diaspora are very minimum. So he gained the notoriety when he gave the oration for the July 26th. And I think it was out of that they tried, they said he needed to be the chairman because he gave such a splendid presentation. Like you said, the other players, a lot of question around them. So knowing that this happened, I want to see what the report's going to say. I don't want to jump to conclusion at this point to say anything derogatory about it. But I thought that people who went there said, I've been receiving calls since yesterday, and the conversation were not too good because what I heard was that they brought more people from Liberia to attend this conference than the people here locally, the diasporans. And so most of the people who were there giving speeches were people who are already in Liberia and just telling them what they're doing in Liberia. And
Thank you. Thank
that's
you.
what I heard.
Dr. Tutu, I wish you would have the opportunity to join us because these are kinds of time because you were there. Perhaps you can enlighten us on what exactly you saw and how things are. But I'm reading your stuff here. It's quite interesting.
So
Let me
what
go
makes
to.
it beautiful? What makes it beautiful?
What do you mean make it beautiful?
He said it was beautiful and well organized because he
That's
attended.
what I said. I wish he'd have been here to give us some information and enlighten our
So,
progress. But let's put that aside. He's not here. So let me go to Walter Carter. Walter Carter, former board chair. I mean former board member of EULA. Long
Omar,
time former.
yes.
That former man, I'm the real board. You know, see board chair, not mean board chair, and call it board chair. I mean, I see chairman, board member. I am the board chair, so I'm calling him former board member. But let's hear from you, Walter Carter, on the same question on a very serious note.
Yep. So just to piggyback on what Terry said before I go to your question, I don't know where Terry coming from with his news because the Solicitor General all spoke and there's a video to that. I will share the video with y'all that they share it. Call Frank Musa Dean that there was an assignment for him at the court and he dropped the phone and said it was wrong number. And because he didn't come to the court because he was supposed to appear in court, the judge ordered his arrest with 4 others. There is for contempt of court. It's not an indictment. They didn't go to the court. They didn't judge them to say who wrong, who right, nothing. So I don't know what Terry getting his stuff from. I can send a video to you. You hear the Solicitor General. I mean, the former Solicitor General talking about it. What his name? Sifa. So let me just leave that. Secondly, speaking of the so-called diaspora forum, it's good that the chairperson also alluded that it was not correct. It was not successful. They will do better next time because they've overlooked the greater diaspora community, which is Yola. And my disappointment is even former Yola leaders, people who they consider eminent person in Yola. When you serve as president, whatever, you go to the status of being eminent person. You understand? Former president. Honor my Yola. You talk about Dr. Toto. I saw Dr. Toto taking picture with Anthony Kessel there, or I saw all the things over there. I know Dr. Toto listening. And shame on him. Because they made some of us to wear the garment of Yola. And only to come and undermine the very Yola that they say they are eminent people of, is a shame on them. Because this diaspora conference should be headed by Yola, should have been headed by Yola, and Yola were going to take it to even a bigger. DC is not the right place to have it. Where is Liberian focus? Populated. When I say population, right? We're talking about Minnesota. We're talking about a place like Philadelphia. We're talking about a place like Rhode Island. You got greater Liberian population over there. And you got people who have expertise in different areas. You got people who are investing money in Liberia and doing different projects in Liberia. You take that thing and carry it to DC. How many times have you seen Dr. Don in Liberian Community Association and doing things? How many times? We got Liberians who are millionaires there, who are even billionaires. They do not identify with Liberian community. They stay in their bubbles. You got somebody in New York who is considered Liberian billionaire. You never hear him one day say, I'm part of this group, I'm part of this group. They sit in isolation like they are not Liberians. All right? So you cannot do these things to the country. And you come, the entire conference, all I saw were Unity Party surrogates, supporters. The same thing I complained about when President Weah said he was going to speak to the diaspora here in America. They went to put a clique together of CDC seditions. The whole hall was packed with blue and red beret and blue berets.
Correct.
Never gave chance for other Liberians to come and give their input. We said it was wrong. President Weah can not only speak to seditions. There are other Liberians here that have views. And that thing fell flat. You have to talk to the cross-section of Liberians. You're having these conferences. You want to get Liberian input. You're talking about Liberians should not only be remitting money. We should put our money in big investment. Who are you talking to? They're talking to you, me, Mr. So, and everybody here. But you didn't come to us to talk to us. You went to a selective few. And then you expect us to take our money and put it in a corporation in Liberia? No.
Yeah, boy, go take money in the bank, then no money, you can't take put money. What insurance?
And this is sad. We have to speak to these things. And it's shameful for people who we respect and look at to be leaders that was here to undermine a very organization. ULA is not a very great organization, but ULA is trying over the years because we have tried to rebrand ULA. All right? But the same people who using ULA as a stepping stone to go and get government position are the people today sitting in government and undermining ULA. And that's a shame. And I rebuke them because you know what? I spend my hard-earned money to give it to people like Emmanuel Watiden to go to Liberia and represent us on the dual citizenship. He came here and claimed glory. Like he alone used his own money to go and sit down and advocate for us when Yola sent him. And Mr. Stoll, I am not a former board member. I am a present board member. As a matter of fact, I'm the chairman on Liberian Affairs.
Go, Weto.
And not because I come and speak my tapata here, but I know what I'm saying. I oppose to the undermining of the institution. We're talking about building institution. And we got the very people that say they went to school and get PhD and all the different degrees undermining the process. And you will sit and put your up on Liberia, not doing well, or other government. No. You have to straighten the house up here first. You got, like you said, you got president having the diaspora office in his office in Liberia and having another diaspora office here. Where is Yola in all? Where is Yola? And
thank you.
And Yola has to put a foot down. That's what I'm
saying.
You.
I give you more time to express yourself tonight than any other time because I know you have a lot to say. And I also know that your talking point tonight is something that many Liberians can benefit from. But don't count on it next time we are top the CDC. Tabata is not going to be accepted here. Tonight, you didn't call CDC knee. That's what I gave you all of the time you took.
No, he did. He did call CDC knee.
You call CDC knee?
Yeah, he said they met and they were having with the blue beret.
Oh, but he was against that. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I mean, when he put on a CDC sycamore tree hat, then I know we got problem. But thank you. All right, guys, let me open a line. Folks will open a line and give us a call here, 916-533-2048. We're on the We're on the weather tonight, and so see what kind of man there? Every time he come on, he raise my number. Jesus. All right. Okay. Just give me a minute. Like I don't know how to write it. Yeah, man.
You know, one of the things that I must add to what Wilton has said is that Liberia if we're going to move forward, we need to look at law and order. I don't know if there's any conversation that
So,
was held at the convention.
so Moses, that's
So
another. That I was just coming
permission.
to you. I was just coming to you before I go on. Folks, the number is there, but I want to warn all of our panelists, guys. If there's a call coming, you can be in the middle of your sentence. We'll try to hold you there so you can write it. But Moses, let me come to you here with the misgiving, because I'm not too sure if you know all of the inner working of this conference here, whatever you have misgiving or not, but I do. But from my own perspective, with everything that you know about this conference, what happened, what didn't happen, what do you think the security implication would be? And then I will go to CEO to talk to us about the economic implication as well. But let's hear from you, Moses.
Well, I don't know if there was any conversation about security. I think Terry wanted to say something in lieu of what I was saying.
Terry, let's hear you.
Well, I just wanted to read something real quick, but
Go
concerning
ahead.
what Keto was saying, that there was a contempt of court. So it
But
says
we
that
can
Oh,
we
for
no,
forget
missing
that?
I'll
50.
go back to
Can we
that.
forget that code business?
Okay,
And
Yeah.
okay, no problem. Yeah.
the kind of thing we hear from them, from each of them. If you're yellow kind of thing, you now you want to talk about them. But
Yeah.
let's hear.
Well, let's
Let's.
continue with the piece on the security implication. I think no country is going to develop without law and order being in place. And I think that I'm not sure if the conference had any portion after 3 days during the 3 day period to address the issue of law and order, because people that they are intended to bring to Liberia who need to go and invest need to make sure there's a system of law and order, that people will be held accountable, and prosecutors should they go after people, businesses, and what have you. And I think I made reference to a guy who was saying that people coming home, taking his property, he was going to go kill them, and he started opening. So that's very important. You're talking about the diaspora participation in the country post-war. Security should be one of the main focus. But go ahead, see.
Samson to Labrador Public Radio. Are you calling to make comment on the conversation on Labrador Public Radio?
Yeah, but this is Dr. Toto.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. That different phone number, yo. Dr. Toto, good evening. What's on your
Why
mind,
is
sir?
Scatter County show?
Good evening. Let me just greet the fellow the studio.
Go ahead. Doc, let me merge it. Let me merge this caller here before they go away. Just hold on. Just hold on 1 minute. All right, Doc, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make a point concerning the diaspora culture that I like.
But you gotta speak louder though.
I don't know if you hear me.
Yeah, but we can hear you now. Go ahead.
you're very low.
I said I was going to make a comment regarding the conference. I was here the weekend.
Okay.
And I went there. I went on the meeting.
Okay.
Mr. Toe, we can't hear him.
They said
Tell the man to appear on the show.
they can't hear you. Can you not you're not able to join us, huh?
Hello. Let me see what I can try to get on.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, you can drop off. Caller, go ahead. You're next in line. Wireless caller, you're next in line. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Good evening, it's Mr. Tool.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir?
How are you? What is on my mind is the hula baloo that just transpired between you and the CEO. Yeah, but the reason why that case, the entire scenario is laughable, because in our country there's a possibility. Every time there is always a possibility of reoccurrence. I'll give you some historical facts, right? Look at the case involving former Justice Banks, who was then Justice Minister when that issue occurred at the Roberts International Airport with the Nigerian man money. They said the money was on FOC. The Justice Minister were going to keep the money. Now, when it was time for the man to get his money,
Justice Banks was caught in the spider web. The government couldn't produce the money that they said was FOC. They couldn't give the Nigerian man his money back when the Nigerian government intervened, including the ambassador in the country at the time. That money, the government never gave that money back to the Nigerian man. We thought Madam Salih was going to do the honorable thing, but she took Justice Banks and put him on the bench. So Liberia's situation with the legal ramification in our country, there is always a possibility of a reoccurrence. Prior to that story, let's go back to Justice Amina Janet, Ellen Johnson Said, and Judith Bryant. Because they wanted to play Kuku Jumuku D with Bryant, all the people that were indicted in the ECOWAS document was scot-free. Justice Janet made Judith Bryant, the late Judith Bryant, may so rest in peace. He walked from the Justice Ministry to Moruga Central Prison with 25 other slippers on. But all the people whose name was in that document never went to jail. Never went to jail. So there is always a possibility of the old-time criminals and the new-time criminals who are always masquerading in the corridor of power in our country. Every time there's an issue of justice, they always have one thing in common. And I'll take you further back to 1960 when Madame Kuro was beheaded in Kakata. Who was sitting in the judge's chamber? The late William V.S. Stockman. He was sitting in the judge's chamber. Why? Because all the people that were linked to Madame Kuro's death were allegedly associated with the fraternity organization. So they protected their own. Then I bring you further down. The issue involving Mahdi Kweku and Hans Willer. Mm-hmm. Why he walked free? Because he was a fraternity brother. So Madame Salih then had to protect him. Then I carry you back a little bit. Look at the story involving the late Thomas Jekoti Wowoyu and that of Harrison Kangye. During the 2005 election, prior to the election, Madame Salih said she will go to court. She somersaulted. But this same Madame Salih waited for many years, and then Tom Wowoyu went to Liberia. She told Tom and Harrison Kangye to go to Lofa County to settle the dispute. Yeah. In the night, Tom and Kangye received a call that Madame Salih was on her way to. She wanted them to sleep there, so they would settle the dispute. Tom and Harrison Kangye is still alive. You call him, he'll tell you that story. Tom and Harrison Kangye ran away because they said, Tom told Harrison Kangye, you are MPP, our sister is MPP. She's not the one coming tonight. The people that are coming tonight will disappear. Serena Sifa, he's familiar with some of these things. So the whole thing about this diamond business, from the embryo stages, justice was not served. Will justice be served now? But I love you, Mr. Tu, because yes, you spoke tonight as somebody who will always speak truth to power. I want you to stay on that path. Because sometimes when people see part of an institution or support an institution and they see error, they always will take a side and look at the error. I can't speak to the conference because I was not there. I can't speak to that. But it's another reoccurrence of what happened in Minnesota when Amara Connor and the leg of all of them came here, when the PRS had 3 months and they received $150,000 to just bring the government officials here to talk about PRS that had 3 months to die. They said it was a big conference. Minnesota LMO office was jam-packed. I took them on 3 issues of national concern: the security sector, the educational sector, and something else. Mr. Tu, do you know that a deputy to Amara Connor, because the people booed in because of the question and answering period with them and said I ended into a confrontation, you know that minister took out his shirt to fight me in the hall? Mm-hmm. The guys are always emotionally charged, but when it comes to deal with the issues, they are not.
Thank you.
So the serious Liberians need to wake up. If we don't wake up, we'll always see the old criminals in the corridors of power. who will see them in the legislative branch, the executive branch, the judicial branch, who will see them everywhere and in all political parties. That's what you see happening to Cummings. And I hope and pray that there will not be a reoccurrence.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Who's this caller?
Okay. Pastor Cummings.
Oh, that's Pastor Cummings.
Yeah. Doc Toto, thank you for joining us. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Deborah, thank you. That'd be great again. The panelists is good. You know, I think whether they come on the show, but that we don't care that Tabata ready simulator me to come on the show to die.
That's what I gotta do. Push the
You
button.
know?
Push the button.
I will tell Walter Carter to do it again tomorrow so we can have you.
But you know, Lebron, I don't know.
Moses say where your video is off. If you don't know that,
they make it in the background.
Lebron, you know, I don't know how people may have some negative perspective to what the diaspora conference, right? But for me, I went there. I think this conference one of the most well organized, beautiful event organized by intelligent and good working Liberians, you know, to have such a conference. Now, that brought so many Liberians from across the country, even potential investors were there also too. And the execution, the presentation, people are saying that, okay, a lot of people came from the diaspora Liberia to come and attend the conference. What I saw, those people were to make the case for diaspora Liberia to go back to be encouraged to go back to Liberia to invest. For example, the finance minister or the agricultural minister, they did a presentation when it comes to the war economy in Liberia, especially for the agricultural minister. You get a very beautiful presentation. If you want to invest in, let's say, cassava production, they will show you which country that you'll be successful in, which district. They have all the resources available, and people most of the people were given the opportunity to ask questions. Questions were answered. People who had some grievances. People Liberian that invest in Liberia before they were scared. They were not successful, so but they were difficult to express themselves, and they were given assurance by the government and attended by even the president were there. So, I mean, it may not be 100% the way people think it's supposed to be, but I think this is a gradual step to motivate diaspora Liberia to return who they invest in Liberia. You know, for so many years, so long, we've been talking about it. I think you have to start from process. And I don't want to believe that one of the Unity Partisan or CDC Partisan and the issue of Winter Canada talking about EULA, he disappointed EULA down there. CDC, when in power, they have similar conference here. When EULA held that conference? No. You know, so there's so many things we don't want to come in the parliament to talk when it comes to EULA involvement in the conference, but someone who work from behind the scene. And even the opening of the conference, UNAP president was given the opportunity to speak to greet the conference. You know, so there are a lot of stuff where we don't want to just come and watch our daily clothes outside. Where from kind of UNAP perspective, when women want to draw into that direction.
Thank you. I hope you stay out of it. I appreciate you.
So Mr. To,
yeah.
He said,
hold on.
Can you just give me just 1 second, please? Let me correct you on something. I just beg you, we're not in a classroom. I beg you.
When I give you the time to close,
the labor, let me just correct you a little bit, labor, please.
Why can you use it for your closing?
No, I won't forget. I will forget. Please tell Mr.
Okay, you're closing now.
Let's hear from you.
You are closing. What do you mean you're not closing? I'm running my
show. That's really the best show, yeah.
Let me get you the CEO guys. Don't get
what CEO? You think so? Okay, you're not even closing that. Good night.
The ball.
Okay, all right, why are you closing? Why?
No, but Dr. Toto, before you came, I said CDC, right, Terry? I said CDC did the same thing when President Weah said we were going to meet with diaspora. Yeah, all we saw were blue and red beret and t-shirt, right? And they didn't include other people, all the Liberians in it. And they only spoke to sedition, and that's the exact thing that Unity Party did. When you take a Liberian diaspora conference and put it in the hands of people that just support Unity Party. And everybody will saw whatever Unity Party surrogate. Even you're a big time undercover Unity Party man. We know you.
Oh.
So
I knew you were coming.
Hey, no,
Thank
nobody.
you. That's your closing?
I'm not closing. I just wanted to address Dr. Toto right.
Okay, thank you. That give us a closing, and Walter will give us.
Oh yeah,
we
you know,
only have 7 more minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much. They might not be away for a while. The show, but I come on every day to follow the show, to monitor the show. I just been so busy doing so academic work. I have another book. Hopefully by next we will be coming up. I'm a blueprint.
Oh yeah, when you get a PhD, you gotta write all the time.
So we talk the original blueprint coming up. Getting done, not the CDC blueprint, they still get a blueprint. The original blueprint is coming up.
I ain't see that. But how I look at that kind of book? How you see? Why I look at that kind of book?
So original blueprint.
I thought we were going.
The original blueprint is the original blueprint is coming up.
Is always a librarian.
A librarian, I say that.
It doesn't matter.
And so you're a librarian. What's a librarian? We're a librarian.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So the original blueprint coming on. Get a copy of it. But good to talk. But I'll call you later. We'll compare notes.
We'll catch up.
Good conversation to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's hear your closing. We haven't seen you for a while. Thanks.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, congratulations, Dr. Toto. I pray that that book.
2 minutes.
I pray that that book be
a success. Minute and a half.
Oh. Why are you interrupting me again? Liberal, I'm independent when I'm on the stage. When I'm on the stage, okay, I'm on the stage. Dr. Toto, thank you for the book. The laborer, the great laborer on the show.
2 minutes.
Thank you. Okay, so no, on a serious note, I think the diaspora conference was a flop. I wait to see the result. President, we are invited people in Liberia from all over. They went to Liberia. He had a conference right in Liberia with different people, and still we didn't see a lot of people coming in to invest. This other conference came to the diaspora instead of tapping into some of the biggest population here and getting views from all over and encouraging people. He had a selective few, and I think it was a flat, and it was characterized by all Unity partisans, and that was not right. So I think it's sad. But Musa Din's situation, well, if they arrest him, let's see how the case gonna go. Put him in jail. Well, who knows? If you give a contending court, they will put him in jail for that. Nobody's above the law. As far as my concern now today, as a Liberian, is where are we taking this country? I'm told by reliable source that an accused man or deputy minister who was accused of rape has fled the country while the case is ongoing. Where are we heading? Where are we heading? That's my closing right there.
Thank you. Let's hear from you, Terry, and then I'll call the CEO who's already left. Let's hear from you, Terry.
Yeah, so again, Keto, I want you to go and check it. And Sarita Sifa today spoke, and it's a 29. The court ordered the arrest, I think, of 6 persons in connection to the 53 point something carat diamond saga. They were not, the arrests were ordered today for them to produce the diamond. They were not arrested or sent to be arrested for contempt of court. Contempt of court means they call you to court, you refuse to go there. Then they order for a term of court. This incident is not the same. So I don't want to read it because it would take a lot of time, but it's the information all on social media. You can go and check it out. And even I was listening to the video, Sarita Sifa was explaining the same thing. He said the judge called Sarita Sifa, what his name? Musa Din, but he hung on the phone. It doesn't mean that's a contempt of court. But anyway, my own discomfort have to do with the Judge Bessie. Judge Bessie is going to face, if this government is not careful, an impeachment, a pending impeachment, because I don't know why these guys are not too smart.
Who Judge Bessie? You mean
publicly
Chief Justice?
And
I'm
in
still
as
here,
much as I
brother
said
Cole.
yesterday that
You say the Chief Justice
the Chief Justice
gonna get
yes.
impeachment from where?
There's an
From Unity
impeachment
Party?
hanging over him.
From the Unity Party?
Oh, from the legislature. That's why.
Oh,
But from the
they're not
legislature,
gonna touch you,
if
Terry.
the opposition strong, but again,
Yeah,
the opposition they're very very weak. But anyway, what he did was he publicly said that he recommended his son to the president for appointment. So my thing is, this new guy, the president, I don't know if this new guy, the president, the minister of state, Tikwa, that was just appointed by the president, even though he have not gone through, because the legislature is not there, so he have not gone through what they call confirmation yet. But I know that he's giving advices to the president. Did he not see that this was not a right something for the president to appoint the Chief Justice son being recommended? It does not look good for the government. Their man is a Chief Justice working, supposed to be independent. He himself went on public to say that he recommended his son to the president for appointment. Publicly. Why will you do that? So now the code of conduct, because we got an ombudsman, the code of conduct says that you're not supposed to recommend anybody from your relative for job. It's considered nepotism. And if that is proving that the Chief Justice was involved in that, he warrant impeachment or he resigned. According to the code of conduct.
Thank you, Terry. If this was other country rather than Liberia, then I can see. But this is Liberia we're talking about. It's not going nowhere.
Right.
That flag is not going anywhere. Because this is what many people would look at.
The blunder liberal.
Of course, this is what many people in Liberia would look at. This is what many people would look at. At least the men were honest to tell her that he recommended.
I tell you, man of God, prophet.
The people would say, but the men were honest enough to tell the president he want to recommend somebody. So they would say the men were honest. That's the first thing. But the first thing is, what you're saying is quite correct. And this Chief Justice, I thought I had, for me, I never saw it coming. To hear this man, and he's not a slug, he's an educated person. Why would even if you recommend somebody to the president, why would you make that announcement? Now you're telling us if the president or the executive have court issue before you. And Teron Gonglo is a defense lawyer. Teron Gonglo will drag you all over the place. You're not. You will even ask you to recuse yourself. People, judges, a lawyer will tell the man to recuse himself from a serious stuff. So thank you guys. Let me get out of here. It's 7 Mose, what? Gian, man, Gian, what are you doing that one here for? You won't go all day. We're finishing now. You come back. All right. And then if I bring you, then he say Samson to. Okay, let's hear from you, Gian. You got 2 seconds. 1, the clock ticking. Bang, bang, bang.
They make a little tomasoya in the background.
I still love you, Mr. Toe. You know we go way back. All the people here that's sort of tomato.
Yeah, don't mind that. That's not JJC.
Mr. Toe, I got recording on the man.
Oh man.
On Moses, like you. You go way back.
Okay, well, you got recording on me. I got recording on you too.
I know, right?
Don't mind it. He don't want to know how to record. Why, Moses? Let's hear from him. Give us 2 minutes of your time, please.
Listen, I just wanted to prompt into this thing, and I think it was a good show tonight. We touch on some of the important things. One of the things that we failed to talk about is the escalation of issues concerning our police officer and community relations. I think we need to really spend some time on there so we can begin to see how those issues can be resolved. When a police officer is run over by a taxi driver and instantly killed, it's not a good sign for our country. And we need to touch on those issues so that we can find ways, if possible, make some recommendations so that they can begin to do that. I know they said DEA got, the LDEA got some trucks today. You can get all the vehicles and the tools you want, but if you don't have trained personnel and you don't have other logistics, you're fighting an unwinning battle. Let me say this about the judges. I know I've been in the court system for a while, and I can tell you that what the judge did was not wrong, principally, because the only thing that would make it wrong if his son was not an attorney, he has not served in the court system for many years. What else did you think? If someone worked in the court system all their lives, the only place that they can elevate to is district court, is up in the hierarchy. And so you're going to suppress that because he related to somebody.
Well, Mose.
So we need to wait. Let me just tell you
Let
something.
me hold you right there. I think we gotta redo this show. We gotta do the re-show. Let me hold you right there.
1 second. 1 second. Let me just end my thing there. You can respond to it. But ethically, I don't think it's wrong that he made the recommendation. That doesn't mean that his son's going to be appointed to the position, but it's good that he made the recommendation with the history of this man working in the court system already. We see that anywhere else in the world. We have two brothers, and who were working on the judicial branch. They became justices. They became court judges and all of that in many areas. So
thank you, Mose.
We need to look at the thing of who can provide.
Thank you,
who
Mose.
can deliver.
Thank you, Mose. Thank you very much. Your time is out. Your time is over. OVEN. Your time is over.
John F. Kennedy appointed his brother as a justice.
Yes. But here's the thing here. The issue here for me, Mose, on a very serious note, and I'm just going to say that we'll close. What asking Liberians to build institution?
Yes.
Let me finish. Dr. Toto, your example is quite in place, but the sophistication level in America at the time, they have just gotten through this guy, Joe McCarthy era. There was no way Robert Kennedy was going to start any kind of diba. No way. The people's mind were fresh on Joe McCarthy. So while your statement is quite correct, the sophistication level at the time were never going to allow these kinds of things to happen. Now, let's take this for example. This young man, and he might be qualified.
Yes.
And I'm not questioning his qualification. But what I thought perhaps would have happened, apply.
Of course.
For whatever position it is, apply. Now, with the Chief Justice making that recommendation, and the president appoint his son, and as Samson told from FOIA, have a land issue with President Bakar. I'm from FOIA. And I have a land issue with President Bakar.
You finished with Total?
Yeah, they're from Grand Gida. People, they will never smell power again. Like
Grand Gida had a border with Lofa. Somebody said that.
Exactly. Grand Gida and Lofa got a share common border.
You kidding me? You're not introduced the dirty business.
Well, let me say this.
Sidisha, I trust eight people without
So I'm from FOIA and President Bakar from FOIA. I have a land issue with President Bakar. If he appointed my son, when we go before the Supreme Court, what chance I get? Even if I was going to be wrong, what you think would be the interpretation from the community? That this man is going to have
Dr. Toto made a statement just now.
It has nothing to do with the Supreme Court.
No, Dr. Tutu made a statement just now that you said President
Kennedy,
Kennedy
appointed his
appointed
brother,
his
Robert
brother.
F. Kennedy, to be justice minister.
I don't think Dr. Tutu following Liberian politics. Why did they kill Toba? What's more the reason they killed Toba?
Man,
Chief
Trump.
Justice
No,
or
don't go
Justice
there.
Minister?
Trump got OP Pedro Basia. They're trying to end the
Yeah,
show.
one of the things was nepotism. They don't
That
end
end
the
the
show.
No, that's not why.
No, that end
It
the
was
show.
not your time. Just stay away from it. It was not your
Yeah.
time.
No, we know according
Yeah.
to whether it was deeper than that,
It
but
was
on the
not your
surface,
time.
no,
If don't
I-
go
I-
one of the
It was
deep.
listed. It was
I will not
listed
pray
in
for you
those
That job for the
as
book
one
that
of
they're
the
reading.
reasons.
I
You
will
know
not
what
It
the
was
reason they said?
you let get with the cutter the
Yeah,
pride.
what
It
you
was
talking about?
man-
When I go
listed
there,
in those.
my
It
man,
was listed in those streets as one of the
the
reasons.
bear with the George Bode book.
brother, in that George Bode book, it was
It was
listed
listed. It was listed in Doctor in President Doe's speech that Sunday morning
exactly,
as one of the reasons.
and even they
So-
court martial. When
What
court
does
martial,
Joe know?
13 people.
No
When a court
disrespect.
martial, 13 people. There's a video there. They talk about nepotism.
Listen, my
No.
brother.
Nepotism.
Listen,
When you
that
talk
was
about
reactive. That was reactive. Joe
Okay.
was
All
not
right,
in
my
a
people. Let me
position to
end my
understand.
show.
to,
You don't meet tomorrow
yeah,
night.
that be
I
the
honor
one
the
discuss
weather.
the
I honor the weather. I
All
need to
due
sleep.
respect to Joe.
Moses say,
Yeah.
"Where I honor the weather. I need to sleep."
Yeah.
We
beg
know
you.
it.
We might not go there. We might not
We
go
know that's don't just go there. That's a different
Okay.
scenario.
Keto,
Like
you
how
was
in
a late
America.
boy with Dapper on.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know. Keto, you had
Like
Dapper
era
on.
with
Why
the
you
DJ.
want to join the
Yeah,
people who
no,
were in that era
don't be
talking the thing you
So,
walk out
yeah.
here?
LeBron,
Why?
The Miracle
Let me
that's a
tell you
different
my age.
scenario.
Don't know. I be brother on the platform at 54 years old. I was born 1971.
Eh?
That
But to be honest, then you are handsome man.
1971 business. You coming from? You
You are
coming
handsome
from
54
man.
years
here?
old. Yeah, 54
1951.
years old. I was born 1971.
But if you want 1971, how you be
You are
51?
good looking guy. Keto.
54.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 51.
When the free Konoko knew them for in prison, we the
So
one that
you
ran.
bro,
so
today you
you
call
were
your
born the time they killed the time.
I hope I
So
don't
Junior,
you are born the
find
day that Trump became president. How you might have know all this?
not only that, you were born the same year they killed Obi when they divide that rope to us.
No, I was alive when they hung the people on the pole. They were tying on them and they
I
buried
said
them right on
Obi.
the
I said
football
Obi.
field.
Obi.
Yeah,
Justin Obi. I said Justin Obi.
I was not
You were
I
hung
can't
at the
remember
South
Obi
Beach.
thing.
No,
Huh?
because you were born when Trump became president.
You were not, that was the year you were born, 1971. That's when
I
we were
went
at
to
the South Beach
president.
when
You
they
know,
gave us that nano
Trump-
rope after they cut it into pieces and share among us that Washington being hung.
Don't be reading all
But
kind
at
of
least I witnessed the burial of tying on there. Right in the simply also play on Gettysburg graveyard. Right there, they buried in there. I watched that one. I saw Tobo almost every day on Gettysburg with the Tobo Feast family.
Yeah, don't mind it, man. 1971.
As a matter of fact,
1971, I was
5 year
I was
old.
in
5
control
year
of
old.
Monreal.
5 year old.
1971.
When they killed
Yeah, they thought they killed Tobo, you were 10.
Now
So
5 year
what you
old
do
they're talking
that time?
so.
You were 10
When
years
they
Fire
old.
tying on
away.
them.
Okay,
Yeah.
folks, y'all good night.
When the
Yeah,
kid
they
turned
want
on
to
fire,
talk down. Y'all good night.
You stay hard.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're 5 year old man. How about you?
12-year-old Dr. Tutu, thank you very much. Terry, Moses, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bigger, you'll join me tomorrow. Let's have a wonderful conversation. And they want to I don't able to answer that one tonight. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Pabrito, man, you will finish. The night is over. The night is over. The night is over. All right, guys. I want to thank all of you, those of you that have been writing tonight. And let's do this one more time for our own sister Esther Frederick, Clark Frederick. This is her business. You can contact her on Facebook. She has a business, traveling business. Let's support her and her business. Let's support she and her business. Again, we want to thank you very much. Madam Clark, send us the information so we'll be able to put it together here for our brothers and sisters to watch. For those of you been tuning into Liberian Public Room, want to thank you very much for this night. Even though we're under the weather, but we have to come out here and do these things from time to. Oh, I forgot. I should have called the CEO to make his closing. Anyway, let him go. I'll call him tomorrow. You make it closing. What you do to me? I'm way over here for him to come from Rhode Island to come beat me. You know how many dollars he's gonna pay? He's gonna pay a lot of money to come beat me. So he ain't about me. I want to thank all of you again. Samson to Labra Pabrito. Please let's continue to pray for one another. Most importantly, let us pray for our country. It's the only country we have. You can't leave from here and go, and you expect say Olympia to borrow you. They can't borrow you. Liberia is what you have. Let's pray for that country and do the best we can for each other. Good night, folks. Wonderful day. Thank God. And we say thank God. Good night.
Zio get me by to it. How do I not see my menu? There was some gonna walk a rare. Never your hand, dear blue. How do I not see a cartoon? Sazo mega ye blanco guadi so eh kawaka kama mapenyo no consider bagum ye bodana ye to dogin sikewe to gain sugu kuwa ko eresi ao mamen budo gain sugu Lero mana we ye so sikewe to gain sugu kuwa ko eresi ao to gain sugu tomorrow Mira no yo kagoda boa Mawe koya mohite wangore toke waro kombeke idu Mawe soye sikawe tu Yekwe mote wanu wagaragara mui Muso ikasu Bo plaki ya mui Nyoba wakamao Hawe soye sikawe Hawa nasu wa yetu gagu Maone wabili wagu Zo sira gini Akura akazua Mawe nyoko mao Gini sugu kuwa koe Sira Amenu Hani akamo sira bagu Som Yeti Maluo Soko Tuta kuna gonza sasa Ingo mume na zabagu Hapa kayo tetu metone Maka wakori netoke Bonga gbebo atene Mage ye mae Sewe wapia ye wasore Tumagasi Mauga kala mui Plaki ya mui Yama wakama Ana nere ye tuta Come on I